G'day, my name's Neen James, and as an attention expert, I believe you have to give attention to get attention. But what do I mean by that? Well, to me, I think it's intention that makes attention valuable. And in a world where technology has changed the pace at which we work, and social media is such a huge part of our lives, I was asked recently by one of my clients, what did I mean when I meant you have to give attention to get attention? Well, here's the thing. I think there's several strategies of ways that you can actually give attention first. The first one is to praise first. Before you ask for anything, how about saying thank you to some of the amazing people that you get to work with? And maybe it's as simple as posting a message to someone on Facebook, or maybe you saw them featured in an article or a magazine and write them a note and tell them how much you appreciated it. But to truly be able to give attention to others first is a great thing to consider. The second thing that I would suggest to you is that you use people's names everywhere you can, anywhere you can, whether it's an email you write, a teleconference you host, a meeting that you chair, or maybe it's in a social media post. But for me, the most powerful thing that I do, I think, when I meet new wait staff, or the barista, or someone at TSA, or a person who checks me in at the airport, I use their name. Dale Carnegie once said, "A person's name is the sweetest sound," and I agree with him. I think that's so powerful. If you want to get attention, give attention first to people and use their names wherever you possibly can. Another thing that I like to do whenever I travel is to acknowledge the airlines. I choose to fly American because I fly out of Philadelphia the majority of the time. And every time I fly, I tweet American and tell them about the great crew that I'm with, or the delicious meal that they gave me, or maybe it was someone I met at the lounge. But every time I do, American's so smart that they tweet back. Can you acknowledge the services and the regular vendors you work with, the sponsors that help you in your business, and stay in conversation with them? Not only does American tweet me back, but they also know a lot about me, and so they often use my hashtag #HappyLittleAussie, which is one of the ones I use quite often. But what's really neat is it feels like a person. And the other thing that I would say is if you really want to get attention, you need to give it first, and that is be courteous. Be kind. I know it sounds so simple, but where possible, can you be incredibly kind, help a stranger, open a door? Can you really reach out to people and let them know that you saw them and that you heard them? Being kind also might be one of my things I always do is I tip as soon as I check into a hotel. And by that I mean I tip as I'm checking in anticipation of great service that I'm going to get. And the front desk are often very surprised. I often tweet properties in advance when I'm staying on their property. I will say something or reach out about something and I share about them in advance. And another thing that I do is I share resources very generously wherever possible. So can you be courteous? Can you be kind and share first? My last strategy when it comes to truly give attention to get attention is to share generously. Whether it's a review on social media, maybe someone sends you a book and you do a book review for them, but there's so many ways that you can get attention to others. When you do all this and it's your turn and you need service, or you need help, or you need an answer on an email, or you need a resource, or maybe you need a recommendation, but doing all of these things in advance, it helps others see that you are a person who pays attention to them and they can't help but want to help you back. So that's just some of my ideas of how you can give attention to get attention.